Yo, what's going on, world? It's your boy Naji from Cigar Talk, and today I got a very special guest. Hey, seated to my left, hey, this one of my favorite young boys in the game. I got my man, NLE Choppa.
Gang,
what's up, brother?
You for having me.
How are you, man?
I'm blessed. Extremely, can't complain.
Yeah, I love it. I was just saying, I seen you out in Queens the other day shooting the video.
For 5 years.
That's the borough, that's the town. You be in New York like that? Like you be up here kind of?
I don't be up too often, but when I'm here, I make sure I'm doing something, I'm seeing somewhere. I think Fashion Week was one of my favorite times out here.
Yeah.
I still ain't called like Rucker yet.
Oh, the Rucker?
Yeah, I love being out here though.
We gotta get you to Dykeman, man.
Dykeman, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, Dykeman? Yeah, okay. We gotta do this summer when you out here, let me know. Yeah. We gonna go fuck around.
I've never been out here a good summer day. Every time I come out here, it's like when it's cold or it's moving from the cold.
Nah, nigga, we gotta come do this shit right. Summertime in New York, that's the vibe.
For sure, man.
Man, it's crazy because I've been following your journey for a minute, Camelot days, and, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like you kind of progressively gotten better as a rapper, as an artist. It feels like development. Is that something that's like conscious to you? Like you was trying to get to that, or just happening?
Man. Like I was locking myself in the studio, and I still do it. Go in at 10 p.m., don't leave till like 8 a.m. the next morning. Yeah. So that's pretty much the regimen with me. And through that process, I learned my sound. I learned what worked for me. And I became a better artist in the process. So yeah, that was the goal for sure.
How hard do you feel like that is? Like just trying to figure out what a sound is, because like we influenced by so much shit, right? Like it's niggas that you grew up with, it's niggas on social media, it's so much shit that influenced you. How hard was it for you to like pinpoint what NLE Choppa's sound is?
I had to go like on the music fast. So like it was to the point to where I ain't listening to nobody else but me. You know what I'm saying? I only listened to the last few songs I made or the first songs I was making, I don't really, and I still do it. I still don't really just listen to other artists because I don't never want to sound influenced. Yeah. But I like to listen to a lot of old school. I just thought about that picture, bro. I like to listen to a lot of old school music, Sade, Bob Marley, Tupac. So that's where a lot of my inspiration come from.
You grew up on that type shit? Like
for sure.
Your parents put you on that, or?
My mama from Kingston, my grandma, she Kingston, Jamaica all the way. I go there 4 years, so Bob Marley and Shabba Ranks, all them people's reggae just always been a part of me. Yeah. Tupac, my pops was a pop fan, and, so things of that nature. I grew
you got
up
the old school shit in you. You know how that should go. All right.
Yeah, man.
Man, you went viral recently. You had the record with Sexy Red. You was you was walking them by the bundles. It was Red and Suki.
Yeah, man.
Did you know that was a moment, like you doing that, or was that just you like having fun, kind of shooting a video? Or
it was present day. I was just in the present moment, having fun with the girls. Really just shooting them, shooting the video, and just doing. The things that they wanted to do, the things that they allowed to do. And, in the process, we caught some controversy or some heat, and I take accountability for it. But, no, I wasn't never, like, just playing, like, I'm finna walk you, like, you know what I'm saying? She was more so, like, on her knees, performing to the camera. She kind of, like, bent over, and she was like, yo, pull my hair. Yeah. And then in the process, we started walking with it, and that's how it came about. But it was never like,
Does that type of stuff bother you when like you do something with intentions of like, yo, I'm just doing a
fun.
video, like that was an intention, but like people took it a different way, like disrespect. It's a sensitive time, right? Like disrespecting women and stuff. Does that bother you? That part of like how people took it?
I mean, it bothered me off the simple fact. I know who I am in real life, and I know how much I try to empower women. I know I have a daughter. You know what I'm saying? I know how much I pour into her. And I also know people that degrade women in real life, that lay their hands on women, that sexually assault women. Like, I know those type people. I feel like those are the villains. I feel like, me, I was just a 20-year-old kid having fun. That's how I look at it. But, on the flip side, I take accountability. I understand what the women uproar was. And, I just got to take it to the chin and make sure it don't happen again.
Nah, for sure. I respect that. I think it's dope, man, because you kind of like a young OG to me at this point, like a little bit, like, cause you've been in the game for like a little bit, but you're still younger. I mean,
about 4 years now.
Yeah. How much, like, how much would you say you've changed from like NLE Choppa coming in? I remember you did the interview with Steve Stout on the Breakfast Club. That was the first time I really like seeing you versus like NLE Choppa now. Like, how much have you feel like you changed since then?
I changed a lot because I was more so I was a boss then, but I really became a real boss now. I got a lot of things that's growing. I got my own label. I got a food truck. I got multiple businesses, holistic businesses. I put my money in the right places.
Yeah.
I put everybody around me on and empower everybody around me. So I feel more of a boss. I accumulated a lot of good things over the process of these 4 years. So,
Yeah.
I
That's
do.
what's up. That's what's up. Tell me about that. Just like, the entrepreneurial NLE, right?
Yeah, man.
Like, doing all these businesses and stuff. Is that something like you was like, all right, cool, like, I got a couple records that, made some noise. I got this bag and I want to like transition into shit. Like, what was the entry level for like entrepreneurship for you?
Just really taking notes from my mama over there. Hey, Mom, you ain't drinking this. I'm just trying to make sure.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, just really taking advice from my mama. She always been an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
She does real estate. She had taxes. She's an accountant. She's my manager as well. So
Fire.
just taking heed from her and knowing like it's not about now, it's about the long road, longevity.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nah, I love that. I love that. Man, like your new journey to me, a lot of these new records I've been hearing, you going crazy. The record with Wayne,
Yeah.
Wayne gave you one of them verses, nigga.
He did.
He gave you one of them, because Wayne don't always, like Wayne is nice, Wayne is Wayne, be clear.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like he give a nigga a little extra sauce or the shit. You got that. What was that like? Like the whole, you with Wayne. What was that like for you?
Man, like, hearing the song, first and foremost, just hearing that he gave me prime Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it just meant a lot to me, and then being in the vicinity of him for the video shoot, it meant even more because not only did I fall in love, like, I always loved, like, his artistry and, like, who he was, like, musically and how he was always him, but I never for a second thought, like, he was that humble and that down to earth as a person, which is wrong for me.
Yeah.
But like, he was extremely humble. It reminded me like of how I treat others, I treat everyone like we're equal, because we are. So, and he treated me the same way. And it shit meant a lot to me.
Was that the first time you met him and interacted with him? Was this record?
Yeah, my first time.
How did that shit come about? Was it like, labels reached out, like he was checking, like what was the point where it was like, all right, I got this record, we gonna get Wayne on this shit?
So we was in the studio in Miami. I locked in with Ben Billions, the producer.
Yeah.
He turned on the beat. It was a Back That Ass Up sample. I'm like, all right, I need to channel my inner Weezy.
Yeah.
So I went in. I made the first verse. I did the hook, and after I did that, I was gonna put the second verse on there. He was like, leave it open. We might try to get Wayne on there. And I'm like, man, I usually finish my song.
Right.
I don't want to I don't want to like be the person like I'm gonna have him on there and it's not a for sure thing.
Yeah.
But I prayed on it, had faith, waited 2 months later, and shit, I got the verse in Whole Foods. I went crazy.
You was on the line,
I was in Whole
Foods,
like... Yeah, I was getting some fruit. I was on the fruit fast.
Yeah.
Man, white people looking at me crazy as a motherfucker. I was going crazy in that bit.
Man.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. That's what's up. I like that. It's interesting, like you say you was on a fruit fast. I think one of the things that's like super interesting to me about you is like the spirituality aspect. Like when I'm looking at you from afar, where did you get that from? Like what was the moment that you really started kind of tapping into spirituality on a different type of level?
It's just everything with them. Like something I had to learn on my own. I had to really walk that journey solo. I was at my lows, man. I had everything I wanted, nothing I needed. So during that process, I became like very unstable and just mentally out of it. And during that process, I found like meditation. Then I cleaned my diet up.
Yeah.
And then I stopped using drugs. I separated myself from the people I was hanging around and got real strong back into my prayer.
Yeah.
And everything else fell in line like that, for real. It's like the pandemic.
Oh, it was the pandemic when it really kind of started? Yeah. Hold on, what was it you feel like you needed? You say you had everything you wanted, but not what you needed. Like, what did you feel at that point? Because, like, I would look at it outside looking in. It's like, all right, this nigga lit. Like, he got his bread up. Like, you outside. Like, this shit look lit to me. Like, what was it you felt like you needed in that moment?
I feel like nothing physical can really bring, a tangible sense of, like, happiness and just peace. I feel like what brings me peace is, only thing physical that really brings me peace now is looking into my daughter's eyes, something like that. But me now, I'm grateful for the smallest things, like being able to breathe, you know, being able to let down the window and just stick my head out, feel the wind, being close to water, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, that's what started to bring me peace. I started to be appreciative of what God laid down for me, so.
Yeah.
I mean.
Did somebody put you on to that, though? Like, cause like for me, like, I'm a nigga like, I be wanting to eat healthy. I try to eat as healthy as I can, but that shit is hard, right? Like, are you vegan right now?
Yeah, I'm vegan.
You vegan?
Fully
How
vegan.
hard was that? Like your first like month of being vegan, where it's like,
It was easy because this is what I did. I was in LA too, so it was easy.
Oh,
it's a lot of vegan
LA got the
restaurants.
vegan shit out there, yeah.
It's a lot out here too. So what I did was I just, you know, went to Siri. I'm like, Siri, nearest vegan restaurant, and I tried it there one day.
Did you like it?
I went to a place that was stupid fire. Like, it was
For
good.
real? Cause I had this vegan mac and cheese one time, and that shit was not it. I'm like, nah, nigga. I tried to like get on my shit, but it just.
Yeah.
You liked it first time? Like it was like.
Yeah, first time. Sometimes you just gotta keep trying, cause you know your first impression might be a place that ain't at its best. Yeah. And you might find a place that got some good shit one day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that might be your little place, your little vibe, and then you get to try more things. You just gotta keep trying. Yeah. You know, it resonates. Like, it's some great vegan food out there. Trust me.
Do you feel differently?
Way different. Mentally, physically. I can wake up. I'm like, today what I'm off 30 minutes of sleep. Like, I've been up damn near like a whole 24. I've been trying to take naps here and there throughout the day, but I ain't had no sleep. I ain't hit over 2-3 hours of sleep yet. Right. Yeah, I'm 24 in.
I like that. It's crazy because it was like the first time I like heard of Dr. Sebi, I started like really like getting into it and trying to like read it.
He ain't even from Earth. He different.
Hold up? Was that the point in time like when you got into Dr. Sebi, started to really see it?
Yeah, a lot of things. I want to be honest. What really caught me was like TikTok. Like a lot of people, they go on TikTok to dance or to laugh, but I started to learn. Like I was on the whole side of TikTok to where I was learning shit. Yeah. And like, you know, it was things about my diet, meditation, astrology. So I started to learn things off the app and just save videos and just keep watching them until I learned shit.
That's fire. I like that. Yeah, tell me about this new album, man. You got the new project coming. I think it's about like 20-something records. Like what do you feel like kind of helped you create this project? How is this project different than like all your other shit?
I feel like the time I put in it, like I'm hungry. It's a statement one, like point to prove one. I've been in the game 4 years, and I feel like I'm still like an underdog, low key. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm stamped. I put the work in. I did the biggest things. I'm the youngest running it. I feel like it still ain't got that stamp. Like, okay, he one of the top artists. So that was my thing. Like, you know, that was what I was working for. So I was locking in with the best producers, making sure I locked in the best features, just to showcase that I can rap with the best of them. Yeah. You know, I got Timbaland on a few beats, like on 2 of them. Wayne, Ross on some songs. So this was just more so of a thing of the nature. Like, I'm back. I'm back better than before. Yeah. And I'm gonna show the world.
Was there a particular moment? I feel like in every artist's journey, like there's a moment in the creation process of an album that you remember, like that sticks with you. Like, damn, this thing out of this album cycle was the thing that sticks with you. What would you say that is?
Going to these schools, tapping in with the kids. You know what I'm saying? I love being able to do things of that nature, performing at the schools with the kids was like part of the album rollout. You know, getting in the studio with Rick Ross, it was legendary. A cool dude.
What was that like though? Like you in there with Ross, like what was the energy? What's the vibe?
Like, he funny as shit, bro. Like he funny as a motherfucker. Like I thought that nigga was choking one time. Like during and
hold on, what you mean?
Bro, I thought he was choking. Eating? No, like so he was talking. You know how somebody talk to the last of their breath? Yeah. He did one of them and he was just talking. He was like, and he was like, it's gonna be legendary. And I looked at him, I'm like, you straight?
Yeah, you good?
He said legendary. And like me and that shit stick in my mind. Right. He was just pretty much saying that, you know, I was gonna be legendary. It's the way he said it though that stuck to me. So yeah, you know. So we just shot the video like last week. You know what I'm saying? So cool dude.
Yeah, that's fire. How would you say like your approach has changed from making music early on, right? Like Camelot days to like now? Like, has your approach changed on the music side, or is it kind of still the same way?
It's like I'm trying to make real records.
Yeah.
Like real, like don't get me wrong, Camelot, it's real songs, it's real records, but I'm trying to make something that you ain't just got to get hyped to. You can actually ride to, and you know, put you in deep thought. Or, you know, you can be in tune with your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And even still make the music that get you hyped, but make it in a different lane. You know, my thing is to be versatile, make everything sound different, but hit the same. So yeah, I've been doing that. And I think I mastered it with this project.
Nah, man, I'm definitely excited to really hear this whole shit, consume it.
Man, that's gonna be crazy, bro.
Yeah. I feel like with you, it's interesting because like you. It's a lot of people, man, that's like on some like, you know, this rap shit game fickle, man. Like it's fly by night. Like you might be hot like this year, next year nobody really give a fuck. You've been able to kind of maintain your buzz and your presence. Like what is that? Like how do you think you've been able to do that?
And consistency, discipline, staying focused, and you know, all praise to the Most High. Yeah. It's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm consistent. Even when people think I'm not working, I'm locked in. I'm in the studio hours and hours. I'm shooting videos hours and hours. I'm doing things like this hours and hours. Yeah. I actually put the work in. You know, that's how I know every time I go to sleep, I know I'm going to be the greatest when it's all said and done because I bust my ass. You know what I'm saying? You put the work in the gym, you're going to be, you know, it's effortless during the game. So, you know, I do that. And discipline. I'm disciplined to myself. I don't do too much that's out of my character, out of my morals. And just keep faith high.
I mean, I see you heavy. I watch you on the YouTube. I like watching your vlogs. Like, you be with Casanat, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that something that's conscious? Like, you doing that for branding purposes, like when you on the YouTube shit? Or is it just like...
I do it for fun, bro. Like, you know, my man, where Bell go? Bell, he the one that really be having me on it right here. Like, he my cameraman. I don't know where he at.
Hold up, so Bell just put you on, like, yo, come fuck with them, and we about to record it.
What we be doing? How we be making the YouTube videos?
Just I don't know.
It's just natural.
It just happened, like
this nigga be wanting me to do, like he be telling me to do something, like, nah, it ain't the time right now. Like, it's not a thing I look at as like a money grab. It's something like I do out of like just feeling good, and when it come naturally, that's how I like to do it. Like we ain't posted a video in how many, like about a month.
Like a month and a half.
Yeah. A month and a half. I'm just waiting on the right time.
What's the right time to you? What feels like something is right, like when it's...
So I've been doing a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? It worked to the point to where I'm not even on my phone. But get your ugly ass. I'm not even on my phone, you know what I'm saying? I only had time to check on loved ones sometimes. Like my day consists of wake up at 10, do promo all the way to 8, and I go in the studio at like 9. So that's just pretty much how the day's been. It's been rolling out an album, it's different, so... You know.
Yeah. You know. Does the album feel differently to drop a single? So I feel like it's been a little minute since you dropped the album.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you've been dropping singles and staying relevant, but it's been a minute since you dropped the album. Like, does this feel differently in terms of like your expectations and what you looking to do versus like dropping singles?
Yeah, because albums, singles, I think that's my lane. Like singles is easy. I'm easy with the singles. Yeah. You know, it's easy to get a plat. I got 2. I got 1 gold album, another platinum album.
Talk your shit. Niggas need to know that for real.
Nah, but it's harder though. Like I done had singles that can go gold in like a few months, but I've yet to say I've had an album just go gold off the meat rack. You know what I'm saying? So I want one of those. Like I ain't had a #1 album yet, neither. So like they go platinum or gold over time, but I've yet to have the one that's just like album of the year. Like niggas be like, oh, this album of the year. So that's what I'm working towards. You know?
Are those things important to you? Like accolades, like Grammys and numbers? Like, is that important to you?
Yeah, it's just like asking Kobe is like the finals. You know, all that shit matter to me. You know, and even when I get it, I ain't satisfied. I'm gonna be grateful for it, show gratitude, but then I'm gonna hit the waters and go get it again. Yeah. And I'm just a hustler. I want to keep going. I want to be the greatest at this shit. So you know, it's extremely important. I want the Grammys. You don't hear a hood nigga talking about no Grammys.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
They cool with just, you hear me, making it. I want that.
You want that?
There's like a championship. Yeah. That's the Super Bowl.
It's
they don't get no higher than the Grammys.
The Grammys, it's funny to see the approach though, right? Like I just interviewed Rob 49 right before you came, And he was like, he didn't care about the Grammy. He's like, man, I just want a BET award. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? So everybody's approach is different. Like, do you feel like, is that a sense of validation for you for like all the work that you put in, like to receive that type thing?
Because it's like a certain percentage don't get a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't. Everybody's not getting it, and it sparks controversy with how many people not getting them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So to be a part of like that 1% that actually has a few, shit, I'm grateful for it. People can talk down about it as much as they want to, but if I get one, I'm gonna act like that did the Super Bowl.
We can pop some Bel Air.
I'm drinking sea moss smoothies out that motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure. Man, tell me about like, listen, you were a young man in this rap industry making some bread. Obviously, like women is a part of the equation, right? Like just like being attracted to you and all this shit. What's the vibe on like, you know, how you deal with that? Like,
I go celibate a lot of times. Like I have to really be in tune with just my own energy and not like giving it to people.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Scorpio as well, so I'm naturally like a nigga that just wanna fuck.
Yeah.
So I had to try to be in control of my head because I know like a focused man, a dangerous one. And I feel like if you can control that area, you know what I'm saying, the sky's the limit. So I go on fast like from it from time to time. But
like how long? Like what was the longest you went? Like, I'm celibate for how long?
I've been celibate. I mean, shit, I was celibate before I lost my virginity for a long time.
Nigga, that don't count. That don't count. I'm saying like, after you know what's going on, like I done got the pussy, like what was that? How long was the longest that you intentionally was like
about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And that's long for an artist.
Yeah.
Attractive artist, you getting coochie thrown at your head, stay every day. That's a long ass time.
Hey.
I want to try like no, I don't want to try a year yet. I always talking about 30.
A year is a long time.
That's a long time, but
how do you feel after though? Is this something like, do you feel
godly,
empowered? You feel, how do you? Because I had Kevin Gates on the show, and Kevin Gates told me that he was like, yo, like he practiced semen retention, where he was like, yo, I don't bust no nut. Like it make him feel stronger. Like he told me that
because you holding on to your life. I do the same thing. So if I'm going celibate, and let's just say if I want to cheat on the celibacy, I probably have sex, but I probably won't release. So I hold it in to where I'm keeping my force, because that's your life force. You create a whole life with it. So just imagine how powerful it is keeping it in you. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, I ain't never did that. I ain't gonna lie, my
yeah,
boy.
try. Just think about it. When we know, we usually be tired. We ready to sleep, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just imagine if you do the opposite. You energized. You know.
So you feel good? Like after that, like
you feel. It's this thing, bro. Like after a week of semen retention, you feel a certain way. Then after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you feel a way. And after a month, it's like you hit a godly type of status. And it's only Kev here know. You ask Kevin Gates, it's like he knows. Like people that do it, they really know. It's like you invincible. You don't even look at women the same. You hold conversations differently because you know, like, hey, I ain't gotta hit you. I ain't gotta fuck you. I'm straight.
You good.
But hey, how you doing? You beautiful, whatever. Right. But I don't need you. I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
It gives you a power.
It is a different level when you on. Yeah.
A lot of niggas be tender. They gonna fall for anything. So,
anything, just
man. You gotta. I don't want to be tender.
Groupies on the road vibes.
Tender. You gonna be falling.
Yeah. I see you on Jason Lee show. He had called Megan Good. That shit was fire. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Rob was just talking about that. He was like, man, you should ask for her number.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, nigga. Yo, you listen, because I just like seeing young niggas like living out their dreams that they wanted to live. Like,
it's gonna come.
Yeah.
Everything on my life done happened for me, so it'll come.
You ever spoke to her after that, or like?
Nah. I was supposed to. I missed the FaceTime call. Jason was with her, face-to-face, FaceTime. I would have asked for her number then, because it was private. I didn't want to do all that on air.
Yeah, on air.
But
what's your type, man? Like when you looking at like, you know, things that you like, there's a lot of women that watch the show as well. They like, what NLE Choppa like?
I like grown women. I like nourishing women. You gotta give me mama type vibes. Like, you gotta take care of me.
Yeah.
Nothing financially, just cook for me and hug me and warm me up. I need that.
Yeah.
You know? Anything of that nature.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, that's what's up. Shifting gears a little bit, man. Tell me about, because like I said, I've seen you for a while just making music. I've been a part of your journey from afar. Like I've been watching this whole shit, and you know, you started when you were young. What was the point that you knew and understood? Like, all right, like I'm committed to this rap shit. Like this is a thing that I'm really gonna do.
Oh, 14. I made like a song about like me going through a little heartbreak and then just me going through trusting different niggas around some street shit. I made a song called No Love Anthem where I was like, all right, this my oath to not give too much love. You know what I'm saying? Just have enough love for myself. So I wrote No Love Anthem at 14. I dropped it on YouTube as an audio and it got like 100,000 views in a month.
That was the first record?
My first song ever.
Damn.
So I said, I'm this.
Oh, so you knew like this is like.
And I ended up blowing at 16, like a year and a half later. So
Yeah.
I mean, I just always kind of had it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So tell me, like, what? Because there's a lot of aspiring artists that watch this show. That's like, damn, like, you know, I fuck with NLE. Like, I'm trying to get lit like him.
Yeah.
I feel like my music is dope. What kind of advice can you give somebody in that position? That's like, man, I'm trying to like, you know, get my shit lit.
Man, first and foremost, prayer. Secondly, discipline. Because if you stay disciplined, you're gonna always know what's for you. You know what I'm saying? Third, have faith that it'll happen. And within those three things, like you know what I'm saying, you're unstoppable and keep putting the work in, you know, just stay consistent. And always invest in yourself, you know. I used to spend my last, like, you know, after the Shadow Flow video, my breakout video, my bank account was in the negative.
Yeah.
From the studio session to the outfit I bought to the music video, I ain't had no more money after that. So I was like, hey. But shit ended up being the biggest record, like my most important record of my life.
Record. Tell me that, like when you make a record like that, like Shots of Flow is one of the joints in your catalog that's like it's a meaningful record to your catalog. Is that something you know? Like, all right, I made this. I know this one gonna work. Like I know this shit gonna work.
Yeah, I had a lot of buzz building up to it. You know, I had like a little snippet going viral around the time, so I knew what it was gonna do. But I ain't know it was gonna do that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Like
after the video shoot, I asked my nigga, I'm like, yo, how many views you think it'll get? It was like 100 million. I looked at him, I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he said, how many you think it'll get? I was like, 1 million. And we were both right, but he was more right than me. You know what I'm saying? He was way more right than me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. When you make big records, like the records that you've had that have went platinum and, you know, are those records, like, do you always know, like, all right, this is a record that's going to do that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, all the time. And there's some records you say, man, this is it, and they don't do it. But, you know, some records, there's certain records you be like, it's undeniable. Like, Shadow Flow, that was undeniable. Camelot, undeniable. Walk 'em Down, undeniable.
Walk 'em Down was crazy.
Yeah, and there was some songs that shocked me, you know what I'm saying? Like Bird Boy, it's a song I released at 16. It's like platinum. Capo, platinum. It's a few records, bro, that kind of surprised me, you know?
Yeah. Kind of going back in that history, like a Walk 'em Down record, Young Boy. What's it like working with him, man? Like, do you pick up shit from your peers like that?
Young Boy?
Yeah. Do you pick up shit from your...
It was on Roddy Ricch.
Oh, the Roddy Ricch record? Yeah. Do you pick up shit from your peers? Like...
As far as, it's not, I pick up stuff from my peers for sure. More so like, I can't really remember a lot that I picked up from Rowdy, like on set or during the process of it. I was just more so like intrigued on him pulling up to the studio making a song with me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they you know, sent a verse to me, but he came to the studio, we recorded the music, and he told me he was gonna shoot the video, and I remember like a few months later he released like The Box. Yeah. I'm like, it ain't no way he gonna shoot this video. I'm like, that nigga out of reach right now, and he kept his word and shot the video. So, you know, just always keeping your word. That's one thing I can say I learned.
All right. Man. Tell me just as far as like expectations for this project, like, do you carry expectations on this? Like, I want this to do X, Y, and Z?
I just wanted to do what God wanted to do on the real. I try to detach from the outcome because it'll stress you out. You know, I try to just leave it up to the, you know, Almighty and just step back and just look at it from a third person or from a bird's eye view. Just watch it grow on its own, you know.
Yeah.
Because whatever's meant is meant, and whatever ain't. So
Yeah.
try to outlook I try to have.
Yeah. I love that, man, because I feel like, you know, a lot of the mentality that you have is things that come, like, you know, when you older, you got to experience a lot of shit to kind of get that mentality. I feel like, what was the point? Was there ever a point that you could pinpoint that was like, man, this kind of changed my thinking and my thought process, like just kind of in this game?
Really when I just started to go through like a detaching type of phase. And that's when like I cut my hair off and, you know, I was detaching from a lot of things. I went through a transformative period. And this was like recently, this was like September, October, November, December. During that time period, I started to detach from a lot. You know, I had a raw alkaline diet to where I wasn't eating, you know, no cooked foods or nothing. I was just eating like salads and fruits. So I was really in tune with just a lot, bro. I was way more clean and way more focused. And it helped set me up to go into this year. So really during that time period, you know, I was working on myself, on herbs daily. And just, yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell me, like, lastly, man, I've seen you speak about like depression before, you know what I mean, and kind of going through that. I think there's a lot of people that's watching this that go through those types of things that don't really know how to cope with it or how to deal with it. What kind of advice can you give to somebody that's like, you know, kind of going through that phase or in that mode where they're like, you know, they're going through things that might feel overwhelming? What can you say to them?
You know, I can only be like a testimony on myself. I remember I used to ask God for the biggest shit, you know, ask him for like, yo, I want to be the best artist ever. I want to be the greatest artist in the world. I want to be bigger than Michael Jackson. I say stuff like that to God. So when you say stuff like that, God put a date on it, you know? You know, whatever you preaching about, whatever you praying for might take 2, 3, 4 years. And in the process of that, he also sends you a storm. So you can gain the strength along the way so when you get there, you can cherish it and stay there, you know? Because it's only going to get harder. So I just feel like whatever people want over their life, just always know God is going to send you a storm. But he also puts a date on what you want. It's just about you going through the storm, keeping your head up, staying grounded, staying focused, and never turning on him. And one day you're going to look up and everything you want going to be right in your face. That's how it happened for me. I went through the deepest and the darkest. Man, it was times I woke up, I ain't want to live no more. So I know how that feel.
What did you do in that moment? Like where it was like, damn, I don't feel like living. Like, what did you do in that moment?
I had like a 5-step rule. And I got real firm on prayer. I'm talking about prayers that last like 10 minutes. On the knees, surrendered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, fuck me. Take control of this shit because I know I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Really cursing through my prayers.
Yeah.
That's how serious it was getting. So then I found meditation. I found meditation like the next day I said this real huge prayer. Found meditation. And just being in tune with your breathing can help a lot. You know, just being able to take a deep breath has always been one of those things that can bring peace. Thirdly came my diet switch. I went vegan. Started taking heed of what I was eating. Fourth, I stopped doing drugs. No weed, no perks, no lean. Cut it out. And fifthly, I stopped hanging around people that didn't want the best for them like how I wanted the best for myself.
Yeah.
So during those 5 things, prayer, meditation, diet, drugs, and who I was hanging around, shit, it groomed me. It made a man. I ain't gonna lie, it made a man.
Yeah. Now, lastly, man, I really appreciate your journey, you know, just kind of watching it from afar. Like, you know, I'm a bit older than you, so like when I watch young niggas like really doing their thing and coming to their own, that makes me happy as a black man to really see that.
I appreciate it.
You ever did mushrooms before?
Yeah, I do shrooms.
Yeah, shrooms is like, cause I don't know if I consider that drugs, but like shrooms is like, at least for me, like the times I've done shrooms, it was like, I kind of, I learned something about myself, right? Like I figured out things that's in me that kind of come up and you kind of learn and you think about it. Like matter of fact, Kevin Gates again, he talked about that on the show. He was saying how when he do shrooms, like what it does for him, like how does that, I guess, impact you, like the shrooms and shit like that?
Man, it takes me to a sense of gratefulness for one. You know, every time I get out shrooms, I gotta call people and be like, thank you. And like, it makes you real, like, just in tune with what really matters. And, you know, that's family and love, you know.
Yeah.
All this shit, what's the lead today? You know what I'm saying? Everything, money, you take away the cars, the clothes, and everything. I'm gonna still be the same person grounded in love and rooted off family. So that's one thing it brings. And it also lets me know, like, things I do wrong on a daily or things that I need to do or, you know, simple things like just smiling more, laughing. This will really keep you going through tough times, smiling, laughing, finding jokes through the pain and all them things. So yeah, it helped me a lot. And it helped expand my mind to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I write some dope ass music.
Oh, and that's it? You get it? In that bag.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Now listen, NLE, I appreciate you coming up, man, pulling up, man. Like I said, as a brother that's, you know, a little bit older, kind of watching the young niggas come up and do their thing. Like I really appreciate your journey. You know what I mean? Somebody that could see your journey and appreciate what you've been putting out. You know
man,
what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate you for having me. You know, just
sure.
as reciprocated.
My dog, I appreciate you, man. Dope episode of Cigar Talk. My man NLE Choppa. We out of here.
Yeah.